Hello, Miss Anna.
Hello, hello.
How are you, firstly?
I am very good. I just hit my 90 days of sobriety. Today is 93 days. Thank you.
93 days, but who's counting? You're like,
Just counting.
me. All right, well, I love it. Okay, so let's just get right into it. How was alcohol negatively affecting your private life?
Oh my goodness. Well, it was affecting everything, but specifically my private life. With my job, I had lost my job at the end of March, and it was due to drinking. My employers saw a change in my behavior. It was very actively influencing my relationship. There was more than a few nights, not that I'd like to admit, but more than a few nights that my partner had to carry me up the stairs and sit with me through the night to make sure I didn't choke on my own vomit. So it's just a lot of experiences that, you would think upon reflection that the more and more experiences you had like that, you would have a wake up call. But it was just very hard to take those experiences and decide, hey, I need to stop and I know how I'm going to stop. But
Absolutely. And how did you feel about yourself at the time when you were drinking?
the lowest confidence I've ever had, I felt so hopeless. I felt like I couldn't do anything else but drink. It was like there was no other option for me, and this was just how I was going to deal with life for the rest of my life.
Hmm. And how did other people view you when you were drinking alcohol?
Well, I thought they viewed me as someone who was super social, super approachable, fun to be around. But now I realize they really viewed me as someone who, didn't have a lot of control over their behavior, who was at a loss in their life and who needed change. So it was difficult to understand that the way people viewed me and the way I viewed myself to other people was
Hmm.
very different.
Yeah, we get in that delusional mindset, right? Ah, for such a good time.
Nope.
So, what got you to the point where you said, I don't want to do this anymore? Like, I don't want this lifestyle for me anymore.
So it was after I had lost my job and my family got involved too, and kind of had one of those, what are they called? Sit down interventions. And I mean, my family had been telling me for a while, like, we're concerned about you. We want you to get help. We'll help you get help. But yeah, it was at some point in the last year, they sat me down and said, hey, we want you to get into an IOP, an intensive outpatient program, because that's what they had heard of to get kind of immediate intensive help for someone who needed it. So I started in that process of an intensive outpatient, and it was 3 days a week, 3 hours, and 1 day a week, 1 hour. So in total, 10 hours a week of therapy and group support and recovery, all the things that were supposed to get someone with an alcohol abuse problem into recovery and back on their feet. And unfortunately, it didn't help. I was pretty much drinking to get on those meetings, get there. And it was like, I know I'm supposed to be helping myself, but I just am not taking the coping skills I was being taught and using them. And it wasn't until I kind of found my own way to Sobriety 7 by seeing your videos that I was like, this seems more like something I can take at my own pace, something that is a supportive group that is people I kind of choose, like I'm choosing to be here. Bless you.
Sorry.
I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to help myself. And so by finding my own way to it, yeah, so that's when I eventually um actually sought help and got the help I needed.
Well, I'm glad you found me and I'm glad you found Sobriety 7. Did you have any concerns about joining the community?
Oh yeah. So obviously you were a stranger at some point, and it was like, okay, she seems nice, but who is this person? What are her actual intentions, and what does this group actually consist of? Like it was hard to understand, what you would be doing in the group before joining it. So, I think the first time you tried setting up with a call with me, I like missed the first call and I was so anxious. And I was like, I gotta tough up and get on this call. But it took this like second planning of getting on a call with you. But then once I actually, just took that opportunity to talk to you, I was like, okay, she is as awesome as she seems. And this group is legit. So
Hell yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I remember you like getting on, you're like, by the way, like I'm a little anxious. I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. I don't bite. I physically can't through this screen. Moving on. So how do you feel about yourself now being 93 days sober? How do you feel about yourself now versus how you felt about yourself then?
oh my gosh, it's like black and white. It's a complete different. I mean, as far as what's going on in my life, maybe objectively you would see that, I still haven't gotten a job. I still haven't like brought in my own income, but the intentions are there. And you always you have the goal, aim, um, what is that called?
Goal
Forget.
affirmation.
Yeah, the affirmations and um the fact that I have a plan of action and I've been following my plan of action and I have my um little vision board that I reference all the time and I just feel so much better about myself and my future and feel like I have a future because I've struggled with mental health issues since I was 15 and really like a lot of my um self-confidence I just didn't ever grow into and didn't ever learn how to be confident. And so it kind of feels like I'm learning for the first time how to take baby steps into confidence and really love myself. I say that all the time. Like, that my problem wasn't drinking, my problem was not loving myself. And I finally feel like I've found a way to love myself. So,
I couldn't have agreed more with that statement, right? It's just like learning to finally love yourself. If I love myself, like I'm not going to pour this poison into my body. I like that. And what major changes have you seen in your life that, have shifted since these 93 days?
well, mainly with my relationship, I mean, so much because he was my only support. There was Polina said, she was looking at her partner as her mother, her brother, her, mother, father, and that's kind of what I was doing. It was like he was really the only one seeing the daily struggle, seeing the effects of my drinking. And so that's the biggest thing that has changed is that um us together are so much stronger. And, he never lost faith in me and always said, like, I know you're going to get better. I just know that there's a future for you where you don't drink. And I know it. Someday you're going to realize it. And so to get to that point where I have realized it, I am not drinking. I am the person that he knew and thought I could be. Um, as much as he's proud of me, I am proud of me. And it's like I've gotten here, with the help of others, but pretty much myself. I had to make the choice and I had to make the changes. So that's the biggest change. It's just becoming the person that people knew I was going to be.
I'm sorry. I don't want my, this is too good. I don't want it to die while we're on it. Well, that's amazing. And, being the person that you admire most is like the biggest reward, right? And remember Stephanie Donner saying, my husband woke up and said, me and the dogs are so proud of you. And she's like, yeah, that's great and all, but I'm proud of me. It's like it's a different takeaway when you're actually able to not only validate yourself, but appreciate all the work that you've put in. Because at the end of the day, yes, you've had the support of the community, you've had the support of your partner, but you are the one, who's had to do it and not only had to do it, but gets to do it and come out on the other side smarter, wiser, brighter, stronger, more confident than ever. So I love all of that. And I guess that just leads me, to other than your partner, has anyone else reacted or said anything about your progress?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, my partner's family and my family, mostly immediate people, they kind of were fearful of inviting me to social events, to holidays, because I had a track record of being drunk at social events. And so for them to be, embracing my presence and just happy for me to again be the person that they thought I would be, and it's just like a huge one, a 360 of like this is the person that we felt like, you know, didn't have legs for herself, and now this is the person that can fully stand on her own. It feels great.
Doesn't it feel good to be like, wow, I'm an adult and I can actually care for myself?
And I can be responsible and dependable and all the things that, I thought I was doing quite literally. I thought, with alcohol, I could be responsible and dependable, but, you know, drunk driving is not a responsible action. And, putting other people in the way of harm is not a responsible action. So it's like now to really see the behaviors that I used to do and that I don't do anymore, I can confidently be like, okay, I am more responsible, I am more dependable, and people can trust me, which is something I don't think I could have said 3 months ago.
What a good feeling it is to be able to be trusted and to be able to trust yourself. And I've seen the progress. I've seen where we started and where you are now. And sometimes it's just me and you on book club. And I'm just like, I love hanging out with you. Like it's just picking your mind and seeing what you think because you are and probably always were smart, but some reason alcohol, not some reason, alcohol takes that away from us because
Obvious reason, yeah.
it's an obvious reason. I'm like, for some reason, I don't know. But it's an obvious reason, right? It shuts our minds off from the, capabilities of being great. And I can see your greatness, just like emulate it off your body. You're just so, you have so much to give to this world. And I'm just excited to see where our journey takes us and your growth over more time with Sobriety 7. And I'm just so happy to have you in this community. And I appreciate you taking time today to hop on this call with me. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I just wanted to thank you because, without you and this group that you created, I don't know where I would have been and what I would have been doing. So, it feels like the more time goes on, the more I'm realizing just how important it is to be sober and have your whys and, do it for yourself, do it for the people around you. And uh, remember why you're important and why there's a reason for you to do this. So thank you.
Of course, don't mind me. Like most calls, I just cry. I love to know that I'm making a difference, and I just see you making a difference in your life, and that makes me so entirely happy. And I'm just so happy to have the opportunity to get to know you and to build this relationship. And I'm just so proud of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, Anna. I'll talk to you later.